in my ass.
I just banged your wife?
Remind me the name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact podcast.
This is the real Impact Wrestling World Champion, Big Michael Elgin, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals. And you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah.
What's up, Impact Wrestling? Let's make some noise!
Sitting here, you guys got a 15-minute intro of putting yourselves over while I'm sitting here and watching Jaybone and Kaylon and your 50. I never saw a 15-minute intro of three guys putting themselves over.
This is the good stuff.
Welcome everybody to Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans. The Impact Plus weekly open forum Impact Plus recap Xplosion show. Guys, it's Trent solo today. No Jaybone. Jaybone, it's Father's Day, as we know, guys. Jaybone's a father, and Kyle's just the son of a bitch, so he's not here. So it's just me. I don't have any kids. I was with my dad earlier, so I did the good son thing. And I'm here with you guys to touching on the Impact Plus Weekly, as we do, guys, as we do every Sunday. So listen, I'm going to open this up, everybody. This is a hell of a weekend for pro wrestling. Let's not mince words. It sucked. It sucked this weekend, huh? Guys, I don't know if I want to get into all of it. Really, there's a lot of things being said and done, and I don't know, man. It's the somber Sunday show. It's, I do it in the dark room. It's chill. It's relaxed. But let me talk to you guys first. Let me talk to you guys first. First off, who is a father in the chat? Let's see in the live chat. Who's a dad in here? Who's, who called their dad today? Who saw their father today? I did. I took my dad. We had steaks on Friday. We had sushi today. So what's up? All right, who do we got in here? Let's see. Paul Nelson all the way from Hawaii. What's going on? Let's see. Bill Gardner's in the house. What's up, Bill? Polar family. Gary Rossetti. What's up, guys? Kyle might be joining a little later. It's just it's a busy day. It's we weren't going to make everybody jump in. It's Father's Day. Jaybone's got kids, man. He's got kids. So let him spend time with the kids. I got no kids. I can jump in here and do this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So we'll let Jaybone have a nice little time with the family. But here, let me get some more comments up, and let's see who's hanging out with us here. Let's see. We got Blakers in the house. What's up, man? What's up? Brian's over here. Look at this. Look what he's got. Look, guys. Look what Skull's got. Look at this. If you're on Twitch, look at that. We got angry Tanae face. I meant to thank you for that, Brian. Look at that. You got your emotes in Twitch is angry Tanae. Okay, if you're watching on Twitch, I want you to emote with some angry Tanae face. Thank you, Brian, for doing that. You're awesome. Real Heel's in here. Let's see, Real Heel. He's a Russo brand member. Thank you, Real Heel, for joining us and being a part of this. Yeah, we had some drama. What a week. Vince had some stuff go on with him and all that crap going on with him and Billy Body and all this stuff that started breaking. Let's see, who else we got here? Von Ville, can you hear me now? It says no sound. Can everybody hear me? Everybody hear me, right? He's saying no sound. Let's see. Real Heel, happy Father's Day. Critical Sting. Mr. Trivia himself, Critical Sting Wrestling Phantom. Yes, man, bad week. Who else, man? Guys, also thanks for the last minute. We were scheduling this a little last minute. I thought Kyle was going to schedule it, but he didn't. So, of course, that's what happened. I don't got Jaybone to count on. I gotta worry about Kyle pulling this shit off. Is there really anything to talk about this weekend, RB? No, nothing. Let's talk about Father's Day. Man, Hakeem Fullerton's in here too. Hakeem, where I just saw your comment. Man, you guys are all. Thank you all for joining us. You guys all must have the bell. Notification letting you know when we're going live. So, guys, thank you very much. Don't forget, guys, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Join us on all social media. We Talk Impact, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Be a part of the show. All right. Okay, so do we want to talk about it? We want to talk about it or what? What do we want to talk? I mean, how about this? Let's start off on a nice note, okay? Let's talk about Xplosion. Let me start off easy, and then we'll open forum it, and we'll see how it goes. Kate and Lynn, thank you for joining us. Anderson Foster, he's a dad. Very nice. Anderson, happy Father's Day to you. Very nice. Who else? Gary Rossetti, I'm sorry about your dad passing years back. My condolences there, man. Yeah, Polar Family, even Vince has drama, man. You wouldn't believe. Earlier in the week, it was Vince Russo drama. Not his fault. Not his fault. Real deal. You can attest to that. It wasn't his fault. He didn't start it. It was Real Hill. You can attest to that. It was just a mess. Terrence Sullivan. All right. Terrence has the right idea. Let's talk Xplosion, guys. Let's talk Xplosion. It was interesting. I liked it. I did like it. All right. Let's jump into it, everybody. And then we'll open forum it. And if Kyle joins, Kyle's going to scum this thing up. He's going to take it into the scum direction. So let's talk about it. The Xplosion featured match of the week, everybody, was the North taking on Jax and Crimson. Now, he just went by Jax. He didn't go by Jax Dane. And they did not go by Veterans of War. They were just going by Crimson and Jax. So I wonder what's up with that, guys, huh? Did they stop using that in TNT or what? I'm not really sure about that. But is it just me? And I was watching, I'm like, man, is it just me? Or was there some Road Warrior vibe to like their entrance and like the way they came out and stuff? Was there a little Road Warrior vibe to them? And imagine... See, the way you saw them on Xplosion, imagine them turning it up even further. And it's like, man, like even more intense. Like they had a little bit of a Road Warrior vibe. Am I wrong? Like I am not opposed to these two getting a solid story, a real solid push. And like they can do something. They look phenomenal. These two look great, man. I think they look fantastic. I think we can do something here. These two have kept themselves pretty well. They stay active in Tennessee for TNT and a couple other promotions. So I know they're going at it, and the NWA also I think they showed up on, right? So they're going, but it was a fun match. Hakeem's pointing out that they were just going back and forth, John with the North. Ethan Page, obviously was joking around a lot. But I thought the match was real good. Real good match. It had some good power moves. You had Josh doing the serious thing against those two. They were real focused. This match made me want to maybe see these two in Impact. I really am not opposed to getting these guys in some kind of full deal, man. I really got that Road Warrior feel. Terrence is agreeing with me. I think it had a feel. But Elijah, yeah, no, there'll never be another Road Warriors. I know there won't. There absolutely will not be another Hawk and Animal. But like it's been a while since we got two guys who had that similar shape. You had Jax, who's kind of a thicker, heavier guy, lower center of gravity, like the Animal. And you had the slightly big, but slimmer, more kind of agile Crimson in the Hawk role almost. I'm telling you, I think about this. Imagine this. You give them that kind of level of push. You give them that kind of story to run with. You can really get some Road Warrior feel, some Road Warrior vibe out of this. I could see it, man. Go with me on this one. You go with me on this one. But, we'll see. We'll see where they go with it. North retains, and obviously they retained on that one because this was taped, I think, but even before some of the Impact matches. But I'm going to pose this out there. We talked about this in the main show on Tuesday. Who is going to beat the North, guys? I am so stumped. The Rascals, I thought, had it. I was convinced it was the Rascals' time on Tuesday. Who the hell takes it from the North? Sound off in the comments. I want to read some of these off, get you guys' feedback here. Who the hell who the hell is going to take this off the North? I don't know who can possibly do it, man. It just doesn't. I'm like, I mean, they already got the record. They're the longest reigning tag team champions, TNA Impact Wrestling history. Who is left? Who is left to that they have to beat, or who's going to beat them? That's what I want to find out, man. What do you guys think? I mean, is it or do you keep going? I mean, man, Mir Neeson saying Rhino and Heath Miller. Who's Heath Slater? Is that what we're talking about? A Machine Gun and Sex Ferguson, Luke Gallows and Anderson. You're saying TJP and Fala. Elijah Washington. He knows the way to my heart here. America's Most Wanted. Whew. Now I did see something. Now some of the Russo members in the room, you guys might have seen this. Chris Harris, he said to Vince, "I've been trying to get a hold of you for a couple days." He was on Twitter. I mean, I don't know if the Chris Harris is still going. I know he shows up on Indies now and then. I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna stick to what I said the other day on Thursday's Throwback Show. I would love just one time for America's Most Wanted, just one more time if I can hear that music. I don't know if he can hit that death sentence again. It's been years, but man, it would be awesome. It would be really awesome. Who else we got here? Team Canada, you're saying, huh? Who else, man? Who else you guys saying? TJP and team not on the roster, Bill's saying. Guys, a little side note. Where's Bill here? A little side note, guys. Bill Gardner, for those who don't know, that's the front row legend himself, the man with the moose vest and the EC3 jacket. Bill's going to be joining us this Thursday coming up for NWA TNA Throwback number 30. Bill's joining us. Very special episode. We're going to have him on Throwback. He goes back to all these days. You know, I mean, he was watching. We're going to talk to Bill. He's going to watch along, and then we're going to talk about it. And then next week, we're going to have, you guys might have seen him on Twitter, Ty's World Order. You might have seen Ty's commenting a lot on Twitter and in our chats and Impact chats and whatnot. Ty's will join us for number 31. So again, if you bought a shirt and you want to come on, let us know. But if you're going to come on Throwback, you got to watch the Throwback show. You got to watch, unless you don't want to watch Throwback, you can come on this show and we'll talk open forum stuff. So that's up to you guys. Whoever bought a shirt, you let us know. I know people are talking to us about doing it. Just let us know when. Man, AMW showing up at Slammiversary. Sammy and Shamrock, you're saying, Fanta. Wow, really? I'd love to know why you think Sammy and Shamrock are going to be teaming up here. AMW would be dope, Real Hill. Absolutely, it would. See, everybody wants that song one more time. Guilty. How cool is that song? We're not even at the stage yet in the throwbacks yet. We're on episode 30 coming up, and they still haven't debuted the song yet. So I can't wait till that song hits. Lakers is saying it right here. Impact, Jackson and Crimson look awesome in this tag match. I agree, dude. I'm telling you, this could be cool. Oh, wait a minute. Gary with this here, Rohit and Rhino. You think okay? Let's stay on this for a second. Maybe a little I'm impartial. I mean, I'm a little biased towards Rohit. We know that. Does this all lead into Rohit and Rhino teaming up? This whole little tiff they're going through. You guys see that where it's going? Rohit and Rhino. I mean, I don't want to put them back in a tag team though. That's the thing I'm worried about. Just came out of a tag team, but if they're not going to push him in as a solo, here's what I'm talking. If you're going to put him in a tag team, I like where Kill Steel's head is at. Rohit and Karam. Anybody know Karam? If you guys are not familiar with Karam, Rohit and Karam team on the indies a lot, and they're a package, especially at AAW. I work with them extensively. Karam is the future. Let me put this out there to you guys right now. Karam is an amazing talent. Just look up Karam and Rohit. Look up Hakeem Zayn and Karam. You guys will be mind-boggled by how good this guy is, and he can do it, man. Let's see. We got Hakeem saying Chris Bey and Swinger. That's another. Okay. I'm not opposed to that. Elijah's staying the same. Not opposed to it. Okay. Very cool, man. He's thinking Rohit and Karam. Okay, wait. Nurse Nicole's in the house. Okay, Nurse Nicole. I texted her and I said, "Are you asleep?" Because I needed somebody for this. Now she replies to me. Okay, well, Nurse Nicole, I am solo. You want to jump in this thing? You're more than welcome to jump in and say hello to everybody if you got your camera on. So if you want to, it's up to you. But very nice. Yeah, Nurse Nicole, guys, back to work. First thing in the AM. She is back on the front line. So you guys want her back on the show? I've been trying to tell Nurse Nicole that she should do a show. she should do a show. She's had a great opinion because she's a newbie to wrestling still. She's only a couple years into watching, and she jumped in heavy, on the deep end. So you guys want her to do a little segment? I'd love to get her to do a little segment. It'd be nice, it'd be cool. So I'll work out. You guys let her know. Though. Tweet her over at Wrestling Nurse. Let her know you want to do a little segment. Very cool. Look at you're over. She's way more over than I am. All right, very cool. So we'll see. I'm curious who takes it, and if it happens, is it going to happen at Slammiversary again? Do we load up Slammiversary with too many title changes? Man, things like you already know the world title is probably set to change at some point. I mean, there's way too many contenders in the world title picture at Slammiversary. The whole thing with Tessa, there's a lot of things a lot of speculation about Tessa even showing up to this. That's a big if going on, guys. Is Tessa even showing up to this? And that's my big concern right now, So I'm worried about that. But either way, I know that what that's going to do is that's a title change coming up, and that's my only thing. So do we do that? Do we change the tag belts there too? I mean, I'm not opposed to it. If it all makes sense, it all makes sense to change titles. You can change all the belts on one show. It doesn't matter, but it's got to make sense. I just really thought it was going to be the Rascals going into Slammiversary, and then you kind of branch the North off into another storyline. But we're not getting that. They're running with them pretty strong. So let's go. Let's finish. We'll talk about Xplosion here, then we'll jump into open forum, and we're going to keep it very. There's so much going on, guys. There's so much happening. So I'm put it this way, guys. I'm not ignoring it. For anybody who's joining us later, I'm not ignoring it. I just want to make sure that we cover Xplosion because it's the happier stuff of the weekend. So we'll get to it. And excuse me, if I'm looking this way, I'm doing the comments. Usually, it's a team effort on the comments, guys. As you know, I'm solo tonight, so a lot of speculation on Tessa. Though, that's what's going on. So we'll see, man. We'll see where we're at. It is so dark, Nurse. Well, yes, it is. The darkness is the Sunday night relaxation show. I'm like, everybody listen to Delilah, like Delilah, the radio host. She does the love songs on Sundays, and she has a really soothing voice. You imagine she's in a candlelit room like this, just doing like sending out your love tracks and your requests with that smooth, buttery voice. I feel like that's what this is now. That's the Sunday night show. It's the Delilah. I should light a candle. I have one here. Oh, I got it. Look at this, guys. I got a candle and I got matches, but wherever I light it, you won't see it. Doesn't matter. All right, let's talk about it. Around the Ring was Chris Bey and David Penzer. I liked it. I thought it was cool. You guys know I have not minced words on it. I'm not sold on Chris Bey just yet. I'm not totally sold on Chris Bey just yet. Is he still new? Absolutely, he's still new. There's still a lot of room to grow with Chris Bey, but I still say I want more definition. If you can't do it on TV, if you're not getting the TV time, then I want it on Twitter somewhere. Show me what the ultimate finesser is. Give me some definition on the character. You clearly have a good look. You can work. What's the ultimate finesser? What does it mean? But I did like the insight to the story today. I like the background. He's from Virginia. He traveled to Vegas after the passing of his father to pursue the dream. He was taught at Future Stars of Wrestling by Sin Bodhi, Kenny King, and Disco Inferno. And you could see some of that teaching. You could see that little Kenny King in there. You could see the psychology of Sin Bodhi sometimes. Where sometimes some of the character progression, but you can see the good punches of Disco Inferno. The guy has the right training. But give me some more character. Build Chris Bey. If you're not getting it on TV yet, take advantage of your time, on Twitter then, or take advantage of the time you are getting. Like, let's see you build it for us, So I want to see some work from Chris, but it's nice to get his background. It was nice to get his background and hear a little bit about the guy, But I'm not totally there yet, And I know Polar, Polar's with me on that, man. We're not totally there yet. I want to see a little more of what he's capable of as a character. Because in the ring, it's like, whatever. I see you in the ring. He's great in the ring. A lot of guys doing that kind of stuff in the ring. But show me what the ultimate finesser is. I personally, give me your thoughts on this, guys. Give me your feedback on this. I think they've teamed him up with Johnny Swinger to kind of be like a mentor in a way. You get the veteran. Like Johnny can teach you, learn from your mentors, You learn from the veteran in the locker room. Johnny Swinger, despite what you might think, the guy's a 30-year veteran of wrestling. The guy's got a lot of history in pro wrestling. He's a great veteran. He's a great guy to teach the young kid coming in how to transition, how to get it. Look at the character. Look at Johnny Swinger and that ultimate character build he's done. What better guy to team Bey with in order to like really build him up a little more, get him, really acclimated to TV. So I liked it a lot. I thought that was a lot of fun. Definitely a nice feature of the show, which was really cool. It was nice to see that. And I like David Penzer doing these, man. I like David Penzer doing these. David Penzer's a good host for these. Not to say that Gabby wasn't good or Josh wasn't, but David Penzer just feels very natural doing these. I like it. I like seeing him host it because he asks good questions. He has a good pace. I mean, he's such a pro. I mean, he's like one of the most legendary ring announcers. And Millard agrees too. He's a great interviewer, I think, and he has his own podcast, Sitting Ringside with David Penzer. So if you like David Penzer doing it, you can check out his podcast. He does a great show. He knows what he's doing there. But yeah, man, Polar Family saying build him up slowly. I'd like it. But he's got to sell a little more himself. I got to see a little more. And now I'm not shitting on him, but I definitely got to see what he's capable of as a character to build. So we'll go with that. But those are the two new segments. I don't want to talk the flashbacks. I know Jay likes to touch on them. I'm not big on touching on the flashback. It's like it kind of doesn't really do much for me to touch on the flashbacks. It's just a recap of Impact from this week and a classic match. Definitely check them out. It's again, we're forgetting Impact in 60 now. Do we really need these on Xplosion? I'd rather have those internet only promos that they've been doing, that they've been putting out on their Twitter. Those like short 30-second promos. Put those in Xplosion. So if those can go into Xplosion and fill that slot, I'm fine with that. Because they've been putting guys, correct me if I'm wrong, they're putting out like almost 7-8 of those internet only promos just for Twitter. They're like 30-40 seconds. I wouldn't mind though. I wouldn't mind tacking those in, scrap the throwback match, and let me get that. So not opposed to that. Let's see if they can change that out. And Kevin Martin, if you're in the chat, you're hearing this feedback, maybe you're hearing that right here. Throw those into the Xplosion. Pose those at the next company meeting. But all right, guys, 22 minutes. We covered the new stuff on Xplosion. I got no one in here with me, just you guys. There's a bunch of you guys watching live. Again, thank you all for the last minute Sunday night joining me live on this one. Okay, I'm not gonna get too into it. I want to we're gonna talk about because I can't avoid the elephant in the room, guys. All right, here we go. Okay, this weekend sucked. This weekend it sucked. It seems like every wrestler you knew and thought was something else has been accused of something very bad. And let's not name some names. I want to keep it broad. And you guys in the chat can go ahead and name if you want to name names. I just want to keep it broad here because again, nothing's been confirmed, nothing's been investigated. I just want to briefly touch on this. But if you guys want to sound off in the comments, please do, and feel free to and talk about it. I'm seeing them, and we'll see. We'll go from there. But it's a tough call. Every company is affected by this. Indies, especially. A lot of this is in the UK. A lot of this is done. The UK had a ton of this going on. Sexual misconduct, sexual allegations, assaults, lies, cheating, deception. It's a lot. Now we do know, I'm going to name one name here. We do know the floodgate opened with David Starr. That's where it seemed to have started. And then it was a big movement. The speaking out hashtag took on a life of its own and empowered a lot of people to talk. Again, there are some Impact people involved. There's people who have been accused at Impact, people at Impact who have spoken out. A lot of WWE, a lot of NXT, some AEW too, I believe. I'm not really sure if they got anything on there, but oh yeah, they did too. Everybody. So here's my thing. Here's my question to you guys. the company did make a statement. We're talking Impact now. Impact made a statement that they're going to launch an investigation. Because right now, let's be honest. You have an accusation on Twitter. You have to take the legal approach here, right? You can't just, some companies are just, there's been some releases already from what I understand, but you have to take the right course of action. Here's an accusation. Employer will investigate. If there's a misconduct found, they will terminate, right? But their Impact is, they're not stupid. They're saying, hey, we're out there. We're in front of it. We heard. We're going to investigate. There are some people who have admitted to some of their faults already. And I'm sure you guys know what we're talking about. There's a couple guys admitted already. Now, if you've admitted, does the company, do you want the company to release? If the people have admitted, you still want the investigation. As fans, how do you guys want this to go, right? That's what I want to find out. How do you want this to go as it relates to Impact Wrestling? I'm in the camp that, like, if it's wrong, you have to see a proper investigation through, and you have to take the course of action. Because look, you have women on the roster. You have women who have had issues, not with these particular men, but with cases that these guys have been accused of on your roster. And if there is a safety issue, if there's a uncomfortableness, if there is a mistrust that could be formed because of this, you have to look at the greater good, and you have to take the action based on that. I'm disappointed to hear some of these names, and it sucks because I hate it for all the companies. Don't get me wrong. I also hate it, but I hate it in particular. We're an Impact podcast. We, all of us in the group here listening, we're very Impact centric. I hate when a company like Impact is doing great and they're getting momentum and things are going well. I really hate that they got to deal with this shit too. It's like, and again, this is for all the companies. I'm not trying to just say, well, I'm worried about it. I hate that anybody had to deal with this shit, but I hate it that it's like you bring heat on your employer because of this, because you guys know how wrestling fans can get, you guys know how wrestling fans can get, and they will use this as a catalyst to just like, Impact sucks. They hired those guys. It's like, you can't judge the book by, you can't judge them based on who's on their roster. By the way, Wrestling Nurse, the nurse wants to come on and debate me on this. We talked about this in the car yesterday. Do you want to come on? Let's get her. Let me send her an invite. She really is. She's itching to get on here. I gotta get this to her. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna send you the link to your email. I'm sending you the link, lady. Let's see. Let's get this over to her, guys. Let's see if she can actually join. But what do you guys think? I'm really again, I hate that it brings heat on any employer, especially the Impact, who's had to constantly get rid of a lot of heat, and they've done a hell of a job getting rid of a lot of bullshit heat that they've had to deal with this whole time. And it's like, it sucks that now you have some people who are causing them that heat. And I want to see it done fairly. I do want to see the right thing done. And I hope that the right thing is done at the end of the day. I'm sending, all right, Nurse Nicole, the link's in your Facebook Messenger. You want to join in? Let me know if you want to join in. So let's see. She's ready for bed, but come on in. You got something to say. Come on in. But let me see what you got to say. Though. Again, let's keep some names out until we get more on it. You know what I mean? But got Nurse Nicole. They want the nurse in here. So let's see what you have to say. They're all telling me. But guys, we all know something here, right? Wrestling has a subculture that's not going to be perfect. It's like any entertainment culture. We've seen this in Hollywood. We see this in music. We see it in all sorts of stuff. That entertainment fields have these kind of issues that come up. It's just the nature of the industry, where if for some reason it opens a power play or that people feel they need to flex this kind of power or an abuse as a result. I had a theory, and let me get you guys a theory on this. and really hear me out. And this is something I said. Now I'll say it again on the main show if we do end up talking about this. I feel sometimes what happens is we see wrestlers for what they portray. So let's say they portray a character on TV, but they also portray the character in a public forum like a Twitter. So and so is on TV is so and so on Twitter also. The link is in your Facebook Messenger, Nurse Nicole. She's asking where the link is. So they portray it on in public too. So they're going by the character name. They create a false sense of trust with some people because they're looking at them like this. There's like a subconsciousness of like, that's this person. I'm talking to this person, the TV persona that I'm thinking you are, not realizing that sometimes, hey, these people have another side to them. They have this side to them that they want to get into, and maybe they're using that power to gain an advantage, things like that, And is it partially because we just kind of lose ourselves in the character in the moment? But who knows? Like, Nurse Nicole's here. Let's get her in here. She's got an opinion. I want to talk to her. We'll get her opinion on this. Here she comes on. Hang on. Let's get her into the chat. Hold on. There she is. Nurse Nicole. Say hello,
everybody. Okay, I got to be quick because I have to be up at 5:15.
All right.
So here's the thing that I have observed with the little bit that I've been backstage. I will start at a very small, insignificant thing that I've observed that really leads to everything that I think is leading into this big, huge issue. The weirdest thing I've observed backstage is how someone has to shake hands with anyone above them of authority, or else they get shamed, or they get made fun of, or they get ousted. And it's like this bowing to authority backstage. It was so strange to observe that. And I saw it everywhere. So here's my thinking. You get these young kids coming in and they want to work hard for their passion. They want to, this is what they want to do. But you have a culture backstage that you have to serve before you're seen. You have to work before you're paid. You have to bow to this authority that is anybody above you, whether it's more experienced wrestlers or promoters or any, like, it's this, like, you can't rise above or be equal until you are have proven yourself. And to me, and it doesn't by any means excuse anybody for choosing the things they've chosen to do to others, but it breeds victims and it breeds predators in my mind.
It's funny you mentioned that.
It really does. It's such, and the reason it stands out to me is because it's weird to me. Just as a new fan, it was weird to me to see that backstage, to just this weirdness of like, oh, people are sweeping, they're cleaning, they're doing all sorts of things without being paid, just hoping to be seen, hoping to prove themselves, hoping to have authority above them. Other wrestlers, just, it's this culture. It's so strange. I don't know, but that's my little 2 cents. It breeds victims and predators.
It's funny you mention that because, as we know, a lot of the people in the chat know is that there always has been the handshaking thing was very, very widely known, and the lid was blown off of it because she left. Nurse Nicole left. What the hell happened? I drove the nurse away, guys. She left. But as you guys know, let's talk about the handshake thing. Oh, she's coming back on here. Hang on.
Sorry.
We were. What happened to you?
I clicked the wrong button. I was hoping to see the comments, but I can't see the comments.
You can see them. You go look at them after. Listen, I'm telling everybody knows about the handshake thing. The handshake thing's been a very antiquated thing in wrestling for a long time. And you guys in the chat know, we all know the lid was blown off of that one, especially in Impact. with the Booker T and Young Bucks thing, right? I mean, that became a huge thing, and that they even joked about it. You know, the Young Bucks, they made a joke. They were demeaned for not shaking Booker T's hand, and he went after him about it as the veteran. I'm the veteran. You should have shaken my hand. Once they got some power, they made a whole thing about it, how we don't shake hands. Like, screw your shaking hands. You know, like they made no handshake T-shirts. You guys remember that? You know, I'm in the chat. You guys remember that? Like, that was a big thing. Like, they used to talk about Andre the Giant every night, every town to town. The whole locker room had to line up, go one by one, shake his hand. Hey, boss, how are you? Hey, boss, how are you? Every single town, same people, same lines. Like, think about that. That what you just said. Think about what I just gave you the background on all that. You know, that's crazy.
See, and that's why I take such a small little thing that is so well known, because it's an example of what could be happening when you have, I mean, when you have these young people go in and they feel like they have to be subservient. They can't speak up. They get taken advantage of. And then on the same, it's like, if you're bigger and you're a bigger star, you can take advantage of other people because they should be doing what you want them to do. I mean, it's no excuse. It's just, I pointed out again, because it's something I've never seen in any job I've even been to, whether it's even like at Subway, like when I was a teenager, like that's not something that normally occurs. It's a strange thing as an outsider. I mean, I get, you know, there's internships where you work without being paid. But you're still respected. To see these guys not getting paid because they're just hoping to be seen and hoping to have a chance. It's this subservient and power play that is just a breeding ground for all this stuff to be happening. And that's, if anything, whether these situations are true or not, I have my opinion on that kind of stuff. But I think this culture of people being this culture that I was talking about needs to be changed. That needs to be changed. People need to be treated equally and with respect. And yes, you need to prove yourself. And yes, you need to be respectful to those that have come above you and are more experienced. But that doesn't mean you have to bow to this authority. It's strange. It's a strange work environment. Anyway.
Think about, well, first of all, I never knew you worked at Subway. when did that happen?
Oh, I worked at I mean, come on.
You worked
There's a lot of things you don't know about me.
Oh, geez, thanks. Is that why you don't like to eat Subway? Is that why you like to eat Jersey Mike's only? She gives me this Jersey Mike's.
I like them all. I like food. I just like food.
Guys, she weighs like 90 pounds, flat six-pack, and he eats more than I ever could, and she doesn't gain a pound. It's amazing. Here, I'm lighting the candle. I got your text. I'm lighting the candle.
Thank you. I told him to put it up high so the cast some light and not be so dark.
There we go. Candle's on. But that's it, honey. You know, very good insight. I like that. It's funny. So many people in the chat here mentioned the ratings have gone up. I swear to God, I'm watching the numbers here. The second you appeared on camera, the numbers all went up for the live viewing. So you guys are a bunch of goddamn animals.
I love it. No, I mean, and that's just one part of this thing that I have an opinion about. I have lots of opinions about it, but it's like, that's the weird part that I'm like, well, I'm not surprised that these things are happening because of this breeding ground of yuckiness, but all the other stuff, the other point I think is interesting that I want to make is what I said to you in the car when you told me this, and you can tell them that my reaction, that I didn't know about all this going on, but I'm like, wrestling is rooted in a culture. I kind of remember in the 80s, like hearing about it, like anybody did. I wasn't a fan of it, but like I remember it. It's rooted in a culture where you have to have these strong characters that are most of the times offensive. Most of the time, like if they're not strong, they don't stand out. So you have this event that's rooted in a culture from back in the 80s. And now this culture this days is of being socially acceptable, and so almost everything wrestling isn't. So does that mean you get rid of wrestling altogether? Absolutely not. I wish people could see wrestling almost from my perspective, that, and I'm not saying my perspective is the right perspective, but it's wrestling is beautiful and wonderful in the talent that is shown and the amazing things that people can accomplish. And with everything in life, there's good and there's bad, and you shouldn't have this bad that's happening at all. That's why things need to change. But I don't think it needs to go to the extreme where it's like, okay, let's get rid of everything about wrestling. Like, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, let's take the good, let's make some changes and keep wrestling, because there's some amazing things about wrestling.
I want you to look at this comment by Dead Punk Page.
He
wrestled. He wrestled
Exactly.
for a bit. Now take a look. He worked indies for a while, for a year, without getting a single dollar. And he busted his ass helping. And I see it all the time. We see it all the time at AAW. You see all the young boys who come, they don't get paid. They're there to get over, to get seen.
I know. And I try not to, when I go backstage and I help these wrestlers, I don't try to get into like all the because there is a culture backstage. It is a culture. And I try not to get into it, but I see enough where I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys and girls, like, you can see that they're willing to do so much that like just wouldn't exist in normal work environments. It just wouldn't. But I mean, then again, like I said, there's always, the flip side to the coin. It's like, okay, well, that's part of what drew me into wrestling, was the passion of the fans and the passion of the wrestlers. So it's just, we got to figure out a balance here. We got to change the culture. We got to make some changes where people can't do the things that they have been doing. But like, let's keep the good of wrestling, because it's awesome.
Well, combine with the fact that the handshake most likely is out after the coronavirus, and people are going to be a little weary of that anyway. Combine that with all this coming up and this exposure. A couple of things that we talked about yesterday, you and I were talking about, like, I think it's a hell of an idea to maybe have a female agent at shows, or have a female kind of for the women. It'd be like almost an advocate for the women in the locker room. Make sure the locker room, do your best to create a separation of locker rooms. Have someone kind of be almost a floor manager of sort, to keep an eye on things like that. To be someone that people can go and talk to. Maybe, a lot of times they're scared to go to the promoter. Like, who wants to go to the promoter and complain about anything? Maybe that I don't want to lose my spot. It's always a fear of losing your spot at indie shows. Like, we know you don't want to lose your spot. So maybe you create an environment where people, hey, you can talk about stuff. You can sound off about things. You have a spot here. You have a safe space where it doesn't have to boil over like what happened over the weekend. You can express it then and there.
I think that's a great. I'm a big proponent of not just complaining and noticing the negative, but like come up with solutions, like real ones. And I think having, just that unbiased advocate, that's a great idea. Have someone where, okay, the wrestler can go to them. Okay, this is, and kind of just make sure things are taken care of. Because it's a long struggle for these wrestlers and the people in authority and the people that want to get seen. I don't see it changing right away, but
yeah, but you need, but like one thing I heard come up, I thought this was an amazing suggestion somebody made online during all this. They were like, every wrestling school should have a female trainer too, to train the women and be a little more, if you have to be hands-on, maybe they're more comfortable with a woman doing some of the hands-on stuff. Maybe the woman could show how to take certain bumps for a woman's body, and like kind of be those eyes and ears too, to be a little bit more of an advocate at a school or at a promotion.
Absolutely. But I think, as you focus on having a voice for the women, which I think is super important, because it is a male dominated field.
Kid Cash said it. Yeah, that was it.
I think it's super important to recognize. I bet you that, the guys have been, taken advantage of and violated and all these other things, but they're really not going to speak out. So I think it's important just to really focus on the fact that there's a culture that needs to change, and there's people that have been taken advantage of, and and there's situations that have happened, and female and male, and it's sad.
Yeah. Well,
okay,
Kyle
I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up at 5:15. So
perfect timing because the scumbag is here. Thank you, sweetheart, for joining us. Everybody, Nurse Nicole, where can they find you on Twitter? Quickly, tell them.
Oh, wrestling nurse. But like I said, I didn't even know all this was happening. You tell them the story, but
she barely knows. She's got no time to be on Twitter. She's on the front lines helping out the COVID folks and everybody, guys. All right. Wrestling Nurse on Twitter. Say hello to her, guys. At Wrestling Nurse. Bye, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us. Scumbag is here. Let's jump him into the chat. Look at that. Look who's here, everybody.
Hey.
Oh, now things got filthy.
What?
Look at hey, we were so hey, listen.
Tonight?
We were talking about we talked about Xplosion, and we started talking about all the shit that happened this weekend. I didn't name names. I said I'm not going to name names. We're going to keep it kind of ominous. We're going to talk about
Trent,
overall.
There are certain things that I feel like we aren't at liberty to discuss here on the show. I mean, we do a podcast about a TV show, characters on a TV show. I mean, this is just kind of something that I feel like we're not at liberty to discuss, and it's all still very new. It'll play out, but I mean, hey, let this show be the place where you leave the stress and the all that kind of stuff at the door. That's not what we do here,
Yeah, well, we just kept it a very open ended. Because look, we couldn't avoid that it happened.
So no, and I'm very proud of all the women with the speaking out hashtag. I'm very proud. It takes a lot of strength and courage, but at the same time, this show, this isn't where we're gonna, this isn't the platform for that. We're not at liberty to. That's bigger than us, Trent.
Especially right now, it's still very new. We're not gonna. That's why I didn't say it. I said nobody named names. We're just going to talk about the overall picture, and we had some great opinions. You got to go back and read this live chat. I swear to God, all these people, all of our tribe, they're the best. They're the goddamn best, man. They all got amazing things to say. It's incredible.
I feel about
Look at
this
that T-shirt. Look at that T-shirt. Paparazzi Productions. So Alex Jelly yelled at you about that? Did he get pissed off that you bought it?
It feels good though, Trent. It feels good because I feel like we played a small part in getting this shirt reprinted with our We Talk Impact Twitter page. Well, not me. It was me.
You did. You 100% did.
It was all me.
100% did. That damn shirt would not have been printed unless that whole buzz was started by you that day.
Yeah. Oh, Trent, I want to show you. I finally got your grand wish done. This is our intro now.
Lock him up. Put on a little man. Give him a Baby Ruth. He's been fine.
Jiminy Christmas.
In my ass.
I just banged your wife.
Find me the name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact podcast.
This is the real.
Huh?
Yeah, no, I played it earlier.
I know, but let me have my moment here. You begged for Bravo, you got Bravo.
Kyle, don't play sound bites over.
That's right.
Very nice. So, guys, he did the intro finally. So, Kyle, look, we talked about everything already. I mean, you're here at the end of the show. What else you got to say, man? You got anything to add to this?
No, I just came to preview a couple new sound bites we have. I'm here for the tail end of that. Next chapter of the show, the outro.
Period. War Machine, right on.
I wish we can get him on.
This is the good stuff.
He's click happy today, guys. So, Kyle, wait, did you call your pops today? Did you wish him happy Father's Day? What'd you do today?
No, I had a nice little barbecue with the fam, man.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. You're a good kid. Sometimes you're not always a scumbag, Kyle. You're all right sometimes. Hey, listen, by the way, it's funny. People really thought you and I were we had a lot of heat last week. I mean, we had heat, but it was we smoothed it out. It seems like on Tuesdays I build up this anger towards you.
Well, you're a grouchy, tense guy, Trent. Yeah, I'm used to it. I deal with it. You're my best friend though, so it's okay.
I love you, kid. But it seems like by Tuesday I've had it with you. and I let you have it. But then Wednesday through Sunday,
you always say, Trent, as good of friends as we are, it's a blessing that I live on Long Island and not in Chicago.
I would have hung you upside down by your ankles.
Killed me a long time ago.
Long time ago. All right, you guys got anything else you want to talk about? Let's move on to this one. How about we touch on this again maybe next week? See when some of these investigations have happened, where we fall in a week. Everything is still the wound is still open. There's not even a Band-Aid on the wound, guys. It's still bleeding right now. Let's let this get out. Let the companies do their investigation. Let the releases happen. I know there's lawyers been involved on some sides. Let's go ahead and see it play out. We'll touch on it next week based on whatever decisions are made. But anything else we want to talk about? We got the Bane show Tuesday night, guys. Don't forget we moved throwback to Thursday. It went pretty good. Brother Bill, Kyle, Bill's going to be joining us on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm not missing that one. I usually blow off you bums. I usually don't show up to that. I play hooky on that show. But if Bill Gardner, our brother Bill Gardner, is going to be on the show. Wait a second. Let me cue up his.
Bill has his own soundbite.
I'm not missing that front row, Bill. But if he comes on without one of the jackets, I'm getting right off. I'm not doing the show with him. I want one of the goddamn jackets on the show.
Bill, you got to have one of the jackets on. That's the only criteria. But hey, listen, you can party, man. You might need to have a drink with you because Bill can party. I've partied out with Bob. We've gone to after parties together.
Bill. I've been to many an Impact show with Bill. I've partied out with Bill in Queens. In my hood.
I definitely knows how to rock and roll, man. Jacket confirmed. Jacket confirmed. Bill is also saying the Anthem. And Anthem will be making. He thinks there'll be an announcement by Tuesday. I think you might be right. That's when all the eyes are on the company. Mirror's T-shirt also will be in by Tuesday as well. Very nice. Thank you guys for buying.
Mir Neeson got himself a TNI T-shirt. He ordered one of our shirts. He's supporting us financially.
That's awesome. Hey, the link is at the bottom, guys. If you want to pick up a T-shirt.
Good for you, Mir.
Thank you, Mir.
Good for you.
I love that one.
You know what I love about this though, Trent, is a lot of the sound bites, they kind of got old and stale, but now they're brand new again because they have a picture and you can actually hear them. There's no more sound problems. Everything is internal. It used to be external. Now it's internal. It's just
that's thanks to Uncle Vince, right? Uncle Vince Russo told you about this program?
No. This is nothing to do with Uncle Vince Russo. Uncle Vince told us about the Roadcaster, which we haven't gotten yet. That is for the phone line. That's on its way very soon. But this is just good old-fashioned StreamYard, Trent. This is good old-fashioned The Yard. Hashtag The Yard.
Let me tell you something, Kyle. There are Russo's brand listeners who are in the chat tonight who heard Vince's interview with us and decided to come on. And they've been sticking with us.
We're trying to become brand boys on the show. We feel like our podcast would complement the brand perfectly. It's an Impact show. I'm a Long Island kid. There's rumors that, I'm the illegitimate bastard son of Mr. Russo. You're putting it out there. He moved off around 94. I was born around 94. It all adds up.
Listen, here's the thing.
I collect vinyl, Trent. I collect vinyl. I listen to Stern. I love watching old Jerry Springer. I mean, it's uncanny. The comparisons are uncanny.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, you might be the bastard son.
Could be. I don't look like him, but I sure sound like him.
I got a bone to pick with Uncle Vince. He's been saying, I'll call you tomorrow all week. The guy, it's a wham bam. Thank you, man. He comes on our show. He spikes our ratings. He puts us over. He wants to talk. And I cannot get the guy for a minute because he's so damn busy.
Trent,
I can't get him out for a minute.
The guy does like 7 podcasts a day. Why should he have any time to talk to you?
He wanted
grateful enough that he came on the show at all.
I know.
And we're being pushy. We're being give a mouse a cookie, asking for more. We are.
That was my favorite book as a kid, Kyle.
It was. Was. And it describes you as a person because you're pushy.
I am pushy. I'm a pushy bastard.
Good.
All right, guys. Well, there's not much else to discuss here, guys. So we're going to go ahead and let's wrap it up. You guys are awesome for joining us last minute. We appreciate that. This was a lot of fun, a lot of good conversation. Thank you to Nurse Nicole for joining too. She gave a lot of good women's perspective, good new wrestling fan perspective. That was nice to have. Kyle, you got anything you wanted to talk about before we check out of here? It's almost an hour.
No, I just came to say goodbye. That's all. Oh, okay, say goodbye to the show. That's all.
All right, guys. Listen, don't forget to pick up your official TNI T-shirts. Total Nonstop Impact.
I'm not going anywhere. You're not
ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Get your shirts or connect with us, or I should say, not or. Get your shirts one place. Connect with us at We Talk Impact.
That's it.
Twitter.
That's it, Trent. Just buy the shirt. You know, you're making this guy not proud at all.
This is a bunch of crap. This just sucks.
Sell the T-shirts like he would, Trent. Do it again.
Buy the shirt. It's the only shirt you should own. If you were gonna buy one last shirt until the day you die, make it a TNI T-shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. My God, you have got to be kidding me!
This is a bunch of crap. This just sucks.
Good enough for me.
Good enough.
Your mic fell off. Good enough for me. Not your mic. Your headphones, not your mic.
I threw them off. I'm trying to get into the zone here, Kyle. You told me to be like Don West.
All right. Let's get out of here.
All right. We Talk Impact on all social media. Guys, Tuesday night, watch along, 7 o'clock Central. We will start on Twitch, do the Impact Wrestling watch along, and we're going live not 30 minutes after Impact ends with the main show, the flagship show. Me, Scumbag, Jaybone, Alicia will be here. Get your T-shirts. Like I said, what else? Audio. Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Geo7, you name it, we're on it. Soon to be coming to Pandora. Also, guys, keep your eyes open. I didn't even know Pandora did podcast, Kyle. Somehow we're going to be on there too. But check it out, guys. Like, rate, review, subscribe. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. The Sunday night open forum. Come with your topics every Sunday night. We'll open forums. I love this. I do like this format a lot. So, all right. And don't forget, Kyle, did you see what Brian did for us? Skull 17. You know what he did for us on Twitch? We got emotes.
What happened?
We got emotes, and it's angry Tenay face emotes for TNI. You gotta go look.
Oh man.
Cheer bits, guys.
I want a little Jaybone face. I want a little Trent face. Of course, I want to put myself over. We want an Alicia face. You actually want to see Alicia. We have to get
the affiliate partner status. Then we'll get more emotes. But for now, angry Tenay face. But all right, guys. It's Pasta Mania, as according to Bill. Pasta Mania will be Tuesday. I'm down to one box of pasta. I got one left, and my goal was not to go grocery shopping until July, and then I would have made it from March to July without shopping at all during the pandemic. So one box of pasta left. It's going to be Tuesday. We're going to do it. All right, Kyle.
On that pasta, Trent. It's like cauliflower pasta or something.
Once a week only. It's not bad. Once a week isn't bad. No, once a week is look. Hey, look, Kyle. Look. Slow poke just displayed it. Look at this. Hold on. Pull that up. Where'd it go? I just lost. He had the angry Tenay face. There it is.
What?
Look, check this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this comment.
Hey.
Look at that.
I like it.
Angry Tenay on Twitch. Guys, use the angry
Hope we don't
Tenay
get sued for that.
No, I won't. Thank you, Brian, for putting that in there. You're the man. We appreciate that. All right, guys. Terrence Sullivan, am I still selling Hemi masks? What are we asking? Hold on. Wait. Hold on. He's asking if we're still selling Hemi masks. We are. All right, here we go. All right. Hemi masks are still for sale. Terrence, the link is over there. Hemi Music on Twitter, guys. Hemi Music on Facebook as well. Take a look. The Hemi masks are for sale right now, and I think they're like $13. And you can get yourself a T-shirt and all sorts of other Hemi merchandise. So you want to support me? That's the best way to support me, guys. Hemi Music on all social medias. Pick up a Hemi mask. Look cool doing it. But all right, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Kyle, you got that outro ready? You have your outro ready, right? This is your job now. I've been anchoring the whole show.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. One second there, Trent.
I gotta say goodbye before you hit it, though.
Something up. Well, yeah, keep talking. Say goodbye to folks. I just wanted to pull this up while you're talking.
All right, guys. And then the co-stream. Don't forget the co-stream. Co-stream on Tuesday during Impact Wrestling, guys. Don't forget to join us for that. We will be here watching the show, commenting during the breaks, and getting your feedback on the show. And then we'll be going live with the main show. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Kyle, hit the outro. We're out of here. Have a good night. Have a great week, everybody. Happy Father's Day.
I just got here. What do you mean?
Get the hell out of here, Kyle. We're done.
Find me the name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
This is the real Impact Wrestling World Champion, Big Michael Elgin, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals. And you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh yeah!